Ladies and gentlemen, the American cheer and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show, where I do it off the cuff with absolutely no assistance whatsoever with the teleprompter. Sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga, Top Shine. Check us out on all of our platforms. Nancy Pelosi was being harassed outside her home by pro-Palestinian forces, and she told him to go back to China. I didn't catch whether they were Asian or not. They must be. Oh, Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. You're a dissembling South Pistol. Shakespeare insulted the day. Joe Biden said, this is the crap he's been doing for 3 years. And it doesn't enrage you. I've done all I can on the border. Ugh. Bullshit. You go back to what Trump did, everything was going fine. He just undid it. Then tries to act like he needs a bill to do something. Mayorkas is being impeached. All Republicans said yay. Democrats said nay. So now he gets to face impeachment. But I wanted to say something about this. I'm just tells you the totality of the intelligence of the entire Congress. Why would they not impeach Biden? Biden holds elective office. Mayorkas works for Biden. Nothing Mayorkas doesn't come from. So why don't you use the basis of it to impeach Biden? Stupid. RNC had a banner month last month. Why? Because they're presumptive nominee. Everybody wants to jump on a winner. This is a funny story. This cat right here, can't make it up, stole $90,000 worth of calculators from all over Wisconsin Target stores. He must have had a pre-sale, or he must have had a lot of kids in school that were willing to buy them on the black market. All right, Nikki Haley polls behind none of the above in Nevada. Nice, Nikki, nice. Harvard's DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion officer, nailed 40 different plagiarisms. 40. So what happens when you just hire people because of their race? Cori Bush is facing criminal charges for some illegal payments, campaign to personal. Uh-oh. The Missouri Congresswoman's in trouble. Elon Musk, a judge says he can't get the $55 billion bonus he was supposed to get from Tesla. He'll get it one way or the other. 165 tax on United States forces and bases since Gaza battle began. 165. What do? Nothing. Sick. Wrong. And by the way, you get peace through strength. See, now we're in a quagmire of having to respond. How do you respond? Joe Biden announces how he's going to respond. Sick. Joe Manchin's wife's been hospitalized. We wish her the best. Car accident. Michelle Obama allegedly has been plotting to run. Talking to the donor class, everything else. I guess it's time for her to make her move. Michelle Obama, the woman who hated America until her husband got the job, tried to destroy America, still in process, and enjoyed all the creature comforts of being first lady for 8 years, never doing a damn thing to help even her own race. Trump legal fees, $50 million apparently paid by I'm telling you right now, they're trying to bankrupt him through lawsuits and legal fees. I wish Team Trump would listen to me. I floated the idea to him. I said, you guys got to get an army of lawyers donating their time. Can you imagine how bad Donald Trump's getting taken advantage of by lawyers? All right, our national debt was at $80 billion. It's up to now $138 billion, along with that $34 trillion. It's nuts, folks. Nuts. American Airlines is laying off people. You ready for what department? Customer support. Stay in. These companies are telling their workers don't go outside when they're at work. It's too dangerous. California, UPS is cutting 12,000 jobs. You know what? I've never been laid off. I can't imagine what that must be like. Laid off. Hurts. All right, E. Jean Carroll verdict. I got to make a few comments about this. First and foremost, it's against Donald Trump. How much assets and money do you think Donald Trump has in his name? I'll bet you very little. Very little. Very little. They will never collect this judgment. Ever. Just so you know. There'll be an appeal. They'll get some rich buddy to help him post a bond. She'll never see a nickel of this money. You heard it here first. Instagram and me. You can't make it up. Sabrina handles my Instagram account. You can't. I actually wanted to share with everybody the list of what we posted yesterday. You can go look at the clips. Absolutely nothing over the line. We never do anything over the line. Instagram account suspended. The world we live in. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Local News Show, sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga, Top Shine Detailing. Check us out on all of our platforms. The couple who stole $41,000, Charles Michael Truby and Nancy Truby, from a little sports charity, were sentenced. God bless them. I do not think they should get the death penalty.
Wasn't it art?
And if they really didn't blow the money, like on extravagance, I feel sorry for them. Vice Mayor says there's been an arrest in the black mob. Meanwhile, Melissa Powers says, judges, do your job. I stand with Melissa Powers. She's a class act. You go, Melissa Powers. All right, an inmate was found that escaped out of a van in Butler County. How do you get out of a van? Stops at a red light and you get out? The big lawsuit has been filed relative to this chase where this kid was chased all across Cincinnati over to Newport and killed an old couple. I say this over and over again. Unless you're wanted as a serial killer or a murderer, you shouldn't have these crazy police chases. Northern Kentucky teens were sentenced for the robbery of a couple. These were teenagers. Crazy. In other local news, 30 teachers out in Hebron won the $1 million, $33,000 apiece. One of them, Jennifer Hickey, a Durrani client. I've texted her to congratulate her. Ramler, this guy got nailed for like $1 million for defamation in Cold Spring. Or Alexandria, I think. He's filed an appeal. In Kentucky news, you can't make this up, drivers. My cousin Josh went to the driver's license place yesterday in Boone County. 4 hours of his day to be told, oh, you got to get an appointment. Then the appointment is February 19th, and he's got to go back. He was livid. Folks, this is nuts, what they did to driver's license. Pardons in Kentucky. Sorry, Matt Bevin abused the privilege, but I oppose the bill that's being put forth by our state senator up here, McDaniel, because just because somebody abuses it doesn't mean you do away with it. Governor, she needs to have the absolute right to commute and pardon. Why? Because one day I'm going to be governor and I'm going to need to pardon Jamie Spindley for all of his sins. By the way, Jamie Spindley, tomorrow is how many anniversaries?
34 years.
34th anniversary of his coming to America. I think I might do an interview and tell you the story. He's got an extraordinary story to tell.
Yes, let's do it.
This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Tomorrow, Spindley gets interviewed.
Hello again, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spindley with the latest headlines. Sulfuric acid adds leaked into the Rio Seco River in Joinesville, Brazil, causing a state of emergency after a truck crashed into a treatment center. The treatment station has been closed, impacting the drinking water access. Police have seized over £1.4 billion in Bitcoin tied to a Chinese fraud case. A former worker linked to a laundering profit of £5 billion investment fraud. She was caught trying to buy a house in Hampstead, England. In other news, former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife has been sentenced to 14 years, making a second sentence in 2 days. Legal troubles ahead of the election with corruption allegations. A US F-16 jet crashes off the south coast of Korea. The pilot ejects safely, second incident in less than 2 months, raises concerns over its safety protocol. An investigation is underway. And listen to this, folks. A UK ticket holder wins a share of £123 million in the Euro Millions jackpot to split with Spanish winner. A life-changing prize awaits, sparking dreams and newfound wealth. God, if I won that money, I would be so generous. Sabrina, what would you do with the money?
Generous.
Yeah, so hopefully if I win, all my friends, you will win as well. Until tomorrow, cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries short show today. Now, a lot going on, worth reporting on. Remember, we don't do the score thing. All right, the Angelos family is selling the Baltimore Orioles for $1.7 billion. Wonder how much I can get for a Orioles Brooks Robinson baseball card now. Good old Izzo, Tom Izzo. Let me see. After Patino, I would have Izzo as my coach in basketball. 700 victories. Tonight, University of Kentucky hosts the Florida Gators. Joe Rutter, a native Floridian, is already talking smack to me. I warned him about us playing in Rupp. In Rupp, they can shoot. Super Bowl tickets are at an all-time high. Hell, by the time the game starts, there'll be $1 million. Can't make this up. Lane Kiffin had a younger woman. What usually happens? They break up. Sally Rychalk and Lane Kiffin are no more. The rumor about he dumped her for her best friend is unsubstantiated. I'm just making that up. I like Lane Kiffin. All right, Tropicana is being torn down for a baseball stadium. Can you say Oakland A's becoming the Vegas Athletics? Reggie Jackson, catfish hunter, will be happy. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Pop Culture, sponsored by Top Shine. Guess what, folks? Unlike sports, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. American Nightmare. You hear about this story? Crazy. Vegas couple. She was kidnapped, raped, everything else. They didn't believe her. Did sound crazy, but ended up being bad, bad, bad. They were telling the truth. Got $2.5 million on Netflix, 3-part series. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be as good as The Butcher of Pakistan, though. Also, Griselda, have you checked it out? Sofia Vergara, voluptuous is the appropriate word. Don't you agree, Sabrina, that she is voluptuous? And she does a great job playing this gangster. Griselda follows the life story of a real-life Griselda, Miami cocaine woman who, guess what? Pablo Escobar apparently said he was only afraid of one person, her. 120 degrees in Sicily, Spindley. 120 degrees, a European record. The mafiosos were walking around all sweaty in their black ties and shirts. All right. Dennis Hopper, they did that big movie together. Guess what? Free Rider. Guess what? Easy Rider. Guess what? Dennis Hopper forbid Peter Fonda to attend his funeral. Jamie Spindley, do you have a list of all the people you don't want at your funeral? I do. It's growing by the day. Will Ferrell did not understand transgender until his best friend became a transgender. And then Will changed his tune. How you like that? Will Ferrell. All right, Disney Pass. This guy found a 46-year-old Disney Pass, no expiration. He used it, and it worked. Marilyn Manson is a sicko. Rachel Wood. This is James Wood's daughter. She's beautiful. She dated this guy. And then he became, how do you date Marilyn Manson? Creepo. AI is scary. They're doing these models, Jamie and Sabrina. They're doing these models where the models say, I hate you, to their makers. This is going to go. We're ready to go in bizarro world. All right, no free will. A new test. Jamie, we have to remember this. It's one of our arguments that we might have to use one day. Every man in America needs to know this. There's a new study that says humans have no free will. Now, of course, the women can use it too. But apparently we have no free will. How you like that? Honey, I had no free will to eat that chocolate cake.
Which way would you turn, right or left?
I'd go straight through the sign.
I would go right.
I'd go right too. Fork in the road, I'm going right, not left. I'm with you, Spindley. Sabrina, of course, went left. All right, a New Hampshire woman got compacted in a garbage truck and survived. Boom. That's probably second worst than being caught up in a shredder. You know. All right, beheading. This guy got busted. Actually did a video about it. Beheaded his dad. You know, I had a falling out with my dad, but I didn't chop his head off. All right, Roadhouse is coming out. They're redoing Roadhouse. Why? It was perfect. Jake Gyllenhaal is playing the main character, and guess who the nemesis is? Conor McGregor. I tell you one thing, Gyllenhaal popped some steroids and beefed up. Gyllenhaal's a good actor. Beekeeper, have you seen this? It's out on Prime. It's the movie theater. Jason Statham plays a beekeeper. It's a name that they use for top-notch security folks. And they piss him off, and he goes to town. It is great. One of the best kill scenes I've ever seen in a movie. He strapped a guy to a bumper of a truck.
Don't tell us.
It's in the trailer. And he pressed the gas. Truck goes into the water. It was awesome. I love Jason Statham. And when there's a feature film made about the Butcher Pakistan, since Bruce Willis can't do it, I want Jason Statham to play me. Don't you see the resemblance?
Yeah.
He's 5'10", I'm 5'8". Spindley, who are we going to get to play you? You, Grant?
Daniel Craig.
A fat, old, gray-haired guy?
Oh,
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, that'd be a good one to play you. We could falsify your character and make him really cool and buff.
Bond. James Bond.
James Bond.
This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.